Everybody, it's Michelle, and I'm back again with the embroidery stuff from Beebeecraft. And I know that I showed you guys the embroidery pen that was in this set, and that really was geared more toward needle punch, which is not a craft that I'm even comfortable with. I had never really done before, but I am super glad to have all of these beautiful colors of embroidery floss, and the set did include some regular needles, so I thought we would do some traditional embroidery today. So I got just a piece of felt from my stash that I had gotten at Walmart, I believe it was, and I put it on a little hoop here. This is just a 4-inch hoop that I also got from Walmart that I had in my stash. But like I said in the last video, I will include you guys a link also to another set from Beebeecraft, which was probably the set that I should have gotten the first time. It's just an embroidery starter set, and it has hoops and traditional embroidery tools and not that needle punch pen. So I just sketched out a light sketch here, just kind of loosely, of some flowers that I'm going to do. And I'm going to make white daisies with yellow centers, and I think this is going to be so much better. So these are the needles that came with my set, which was the needle punch set, but needles do also come with the embroidery starter kit, so I'll include everything below for you guys to check it out. I think I had some needle threaders in that set too, but I'm not sure what I did with those. Okay, so I got that on there. I'm going to go ahead and make a double knot. Let's go ahead and do a triple knot in one end and snip that close to the knot and come up from behind. And I'm going to do a stem stitch. I'm going to go in here, and then for a stem stitch you want to come back up through about halfway between the in and out of that stitch, and then you can move forward and again come about halfway to come out. You can go straight through like I'm doing here, or you can go all the way back and up again. So I'm going to where about my halfway point is where the one before it ended. And always make sure that your thread is around the same side of your needle each time so that your stitches look the same. Okay, and to finish off that stem, I'm just going to go through right there at the top where my other stitch ended. And then I'm just going to skip over to the top of my next one over here. And I'm going to start at the top so that I can work down and then straight up for the other one. So I'm working in the opposite direction, so I want to kind of reverse the way I'm doing my stitches so it'll look the same. So I'm just going to weave back through a few of these on the back side, and then I'm going to tie that into a little knot. Okay, so again I'm going to tie a knot in the end, and then I'm going to come up from behind. I'm going to start in the center or near the center of one of my flowers. And I'm going to do daisies, and we're just going to simply do those with a lazy daisy stitch. And to do a lazy daisy stitch, I'm going to pull my thread up here. I'm going to go back into the same spot I came out of. Then bring my needle up where I want the flower petal to end and let it catch my thread so that it makes a loop. And then just come in on the outer side of that loop and go back down to lock that stitch down with that little loop there. So I'm just going to do lazy daisies all around. You want to keep it kind of loose so you still get the look of that loop. And I'm just coming up in the center of my flower each time. Go back down in the same spot. Out where I want the end of my petal to be. And like I said, the sketch was just a guide. I did it in white pencil, and it's kind of rubbing away as I'm working here, but daisies are pretty simple. At this point, I'm really not counting how many petals or anything. I'm not even referring to my sketch for that. I'm just going the distance apart so that the petals fit together nicely, and then just keep going until I complete this circle all the way around. Lock that stitch down. And for this one, I had more of a circle drawn here so that the flower, being a bigger flower, would have a bigger center. I'm just going to come up at the base of one of those petals. Back in, out where I want my petal to end. Tack it down. And then I'll just continue to do that all the way around my flower. Okay, so there we have that. And I decided to leave this one here just with about half of the petals or a little less, so it looks like we're going to be seeing it from a side view. I thought that would be really cute. So now I've got yellow on my needle, knotted at the end. I'm going to come up from the back so my knot is hidden inside. And for the centers of our daisies, we're going to do French knots. You just want to take your thread, wrap it up to 3 times maybe around the needle, and then go straight back in the same place you came out. And those wraps will become a knot in the center, and I think that is so cute. It's the perfect little center for a daisy. And I think I'm going to do a few here. And I'm going to make it look kind of domed. At least that's what I'm going to try for. So I'm only going to wrap once around that knot. And then I'm going to do a series of 3. And I'll do the one in the center a little larger. And maybe it'll look like it domes up. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, so I'm going to hold my needle close to where I'm going to go in when I do my wrapping. 3 times around and then right back in. That way it doesn't have far to go. And you won't get loose the way you've got your knots there. And then one more over here. Again with just 1 wrap. I think that is so adorable, you guys. So I'm going to come up here where I've got the larger hole in the center of my flower. And I'm just going to do a series of French knots. I think I'll wrap all of these 3 times since it is a larger flower. I think I've barely got enough thread left on my needle to finish that daisy. And I forgot to do leaves. So I've got green on my needle. Again, I'm going to come back in and add a few leaves. So I'm going to come up right about where I want my first leaf to be. And you can do those as little lazy daisies as well. Maybe pull them a little tighter so you don't see so much loop. Go back down to lock the stitch. I'm just going to come up randomly wherever I think I want a leaf to be. Of a leaf on our larger flower. I love doing florals because you can just sort of freeform and add petals or leaves anywhere you want them to be. tie that off. Clip it. And there is our little embroidered daisies. I think that is so cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And even though I wasn't very successful with needle punch, I'm still getting lots of use out of this set. It is still wonderful for regular embroidery, and all of these beautiful colors are just amazing in this set. There are so many colors. I just love it. And if you guys are liking embroidery, I've got an idea for some embroidered things coming up if you guys would like to see that. Hopefully I'll get time to put all of my ideas on film for you guys. But I'm going to do my best. I've got lots of ideas that I want to share with you guys. So check out those links below for Beebeecraft. I will have a link for the needle punch kit that I have been using from, but I'll also be sure to include that link for the regular embroidery starter kit. I think that's the one I would prefer. So I'll leave the links either way you want to choose down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have those links along with Beebeecraft's links in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.